Hey everybody, welcome back to Baking with Joy. And it's so good to be back to share another recipe with you. We took a break for about 6 weeks. We bought a home and got moved, and we're finally getting settled in. And I got this nice big kitchen to cook in, a lot bigger than our little apartment, the kitchen in our little apartment. But I'm excited to be back with you tonight. This will be our first video that we've made in our new home. So you get to share that with us tonight, and I'm so glad. I've surely missed you. But tonight we're going to be making an easy peach cobbler. This might be referred to as the 1-cup cobbler method. So to start with, I've got a 13 by 9 pan here, and I've got 1 whole stick of butter that's not completely melted, but it's soft. But I'm going to put this in my oven and get it melted. But before I do, I'm going to show you how I mix up the batter that makes this cobbler. And you may have heard of it before, but in this little mixing bowl, I've got 1 cup of self-rising flour, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and a cup of granulated sugar. Now you can use a whole cup of granulated sugar if you want to. Most people do, but I wanted a little different taste tonight. Brown sugar gives recipes a little slightly richer flavor, so I have that 1 cup. 1/2 brown sugar, 1/2 white sugar, 1 cup of self-rising flour that I already mentioned, and I put about a teaspoon of cinnamon. Now you don't have to, that's purely optional, but I did. And I'm just going to stir this up, mix this up together, and it's going to make a real crumbly mixture. Now to this, 1 cup of self-rising flour and 1 cup of sugar, a 1/2 cup brown sugar, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. Like I said, you can use 1 whole cup of white sugar if you want to. Completely omit the brown sugar. To this, I'm going to add 1 cup of whole milk. And we're just going to stir this up, and it's going to be real liquidy. So it's 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup, and 1 whole stick of melted butter. And we're going to get that butter into our oven and get it melted. And your mixture might be a little lumpy, but you just want to whisk it till you can get as much of the lumps out as you can from the flour. And it's busting up real good. So to this, I like to add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now some people don't even bother to add the vanilla extract. They just do a cup of flour, cup of sugar, a cup of milk to a stick of butter, and don't even put the vanilla. But it always helps to add a little bit of vanilla to give it a richer flavor, smoother flavor. And of course I added the teaspoon of cinnamon, and I said that was completely optional. So I think that's about good. But I just wanted to show how we mixed up that mixture. Now the next step is we're going to get this butter melted. So as soon as it gets melted, we'll come back and I'll show you the next step. Okay everybody, I melted my stick of butter in the oven. And by the way, I have my oven preheated to 375. So, what you're going to do after your butter's melted is this mixture that we mixed up. We're going to get it emptied up into our pan. You don't have to do no mixing other than the batter that you've mixed up in your bowl. But there you go. You pour your dough mixture, the 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup method in here. on top of your melted butter. And then whatever fruit you want, and that's why I use cinnamon. I've got me 2 cans of peaches and 100% juice. Now these are 15-ounce cans, or you could just use one large can, like maybe a 29 to 30-ounce can. But here's what we're going to do. I didn't drain any juice off of the peaches, and I'm just going to pour it on the top. What could be easier than that? And it makes a delicious pie. Now you can use fresh fruit if you want to. You are probably going to want about 3 to 3.5 cups of fresh fruit if you do, with probably about 1/2 cup of sugar. Let it soak up and let the juices come forth from it. Or you could put it in the microwave for about 10 minutes. And the fresh fruit with like 1/2 cup of sugar is probably going to make you about 3 to 3.5 cups of fresh fruit with the liquid. So you just want to pour the liquid in all, because the liquid cooks in with this batter to make a beautiful crust. Now, you could take some ground cinnamon and sprinkle it on top of these peaches, but I put it already in that dough mixture, so I'm not going to do that. But just keep in mind that the basic 1 cup method and the melted stick of butter and the fruit ratios that I told you are canned fruit. You could make any type of cobbler you wanted to. You could make a strawberry cobbler. You not only could do peach, but you could do apple, strawberry, cherry, blackberry, blueberry. Okay. So our pie is ready to go in the oven. So the last thing you do is going to pour your fruit in there. First step, melt a stick of butter. Second step is mix up your dough mixture, 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup of flour, sugar, and milk. Pour it in there on top of your melted butter, of course. And then last step, pouring your fruit. Now we put it in a 375 degree oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. I'm going to get this in the oven, and when this pie gets done, we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, everybody. We're back. Hey everybody, we're back. Our pie is done, our cobbler. And look how beautiful. Golden brown crust. Just the right amount of dough. It's not too doughy or crusty, and it's not too liquidy. And I've let it cool off now. It baked 45 minutes exactly at 375. So I'm going to take a little taste test out of the corner right here. And this crust it's just, look at there. It's just unbelievable. Get a peach in here and some of that juicy goodness. Not going to mess it up too much. But I'm just going to get a bite of crust. And just take a taste test. That is delicious. Now you could put whipped cream or vanilla ice cream would be wonderful with that. And everybody, I just apologize for if I was a little bit too repetitive tonight. I've got to get back into the swing of things. But I'm so glad you could join me tonight for this easy peach cobbler video, our first video in our new home. Thank you, everyone. God bless and good night.